And with that, Orlando will take position.
Let's go on!
You think Anthony Becht is psyched to start off his Storm career like that?
Jay Sean. Yeah, he was actually trying to hit KJ Hamler in the slot. The guy circled was on a sail route.
Well, there's the veteran coach, Anthony Becht. Of course, we mentioned Ted Ginn and his history. Anthony Becht, also a former star player, a former first rounder, a guy who had a long NFL career. But Jordan, we have watched in recent years as Anthony Becht has been a solid, consistent, franchise-building winner in spring pro football. He had great success with St. Louis, and now he's brought his coaching staff and a lot of his core philosophies here to Orlando.
He's got a knack for building culture, which is really tough to do when you think about all these players coming from different rosters. There's not much cohesion. You get a 30-day camp to get these guys ready, get offense and defense installed, but also try to get some semblance of a team and a culture. And Anthony Becht is one of the best at doing that. It's a reason he went 22-8 at his time in St. Louis and had them as a playoff team knocking on the door of a championship every single year. He loves this. He wants to get another big opportunity at some point as a head coach, whether that's college, back to the NFL at some point, and he's really good at it.
Over the last 2 seasons with Becht in the UFL, he helped 24 players end up on NFL training camp rosters. And, you know, you mentioned Anthony Becht and the success he's had. He's actually creating a bit of a coaching tree all of a sudden. A.J. McCarron, who was his quarterback, is now the head coach at Birmingham. But just look at this list of successful coaches that were with Anthony Becht and the things they've gone on to do recently.
Yeah, and Kyle Caskey, you see the name there in the middle, was the offensive coordinator in February before heading off to the Vikings. That's why Colin Thompson took over play calling duties. But you're right, not just getting players to the next level, but giving opportunities to coaches as well. And that's why, as I said, Becht's one of the best.
Banks for Mack, and defensively there was
his offense back on the field.
That was the 11th play of that drive that started at their own 2-yard line, and Jack Plummer did.
That free safety blitzed, and no one was on the back, so he sees that and dumps it off to the back.
So Michael Lance will come out for the.
This is a league where you want to showcase your talent. You don't want to do that by punting. You want to.
Well, Coach, you guys managed that 2-minute drill really well, came away with some points. Assess the first half.
Yeah, you know, I think offensively, we've made some spot big plays, but we got to be more consistent in our drives, stay ahead of the chains a little bit. We're putting ourselves in situations where we don't want to be, you know, a kind of favorable pass position. So we got to be where it's a little bit tighter so we can make the plays. Defensively, I think we got to tackle better. We're kind of shooting to the grass, trying to chop them down. We got to wrap up, go through the thigh. A little bit more fundamental stuff, if anything, but that's a great operation at the end. Look, we'll make our corrections. It's the first game. We got the lead. We'll come back out. We get the ball back, so it's a nice momentum for us as we come out of this at the halftime break.
All right, thank you, Coach. Over to you.
Yes, that was exciting. I was there too, so it was exciting. But you know, I'm a
guy that hasn't played in a couple years.
12 guys. We got 12 guys. Let him go. Tell them to let him go. Let him go.
Not just the venues, not just the in-stadium, but the access for the TV viewer. He's also, Coach Becht, wearing the hat cam mic.
Yeah, tonight's the first day of the hat cam.
Let's show you the hat cam from Orlando head coach Anthony Becht. We were able to hear him moments ago, and let's listen into what he says as well.
Well, yeah, I did. Trust me, that's the first thing I said after he did that. Playmakers of ball, we got it.
Becht was excited about wearing that today too, he told me, so.
Here we go, here we go.
He was your test guy. He's a great test guy too, by the way.
The point of view of Anthony Becht, head coach of the Orlando Storm. Meanwhile, moments ago, the penalty, the free play, the interception. This is how Becht saw it. That's the view from the head. You see him waving his
waving
hands.
It off, yeah, waving it off. Yep.
Hey, Mike, we wish you the best of luck this year. You have energized this league. It's going to be a big season ahead. We're thrilled and honored to take it with you right through the championship on ABC. We'll be with you every step of the way.
We want to thank ESPN and ABC. We appreciate it. Fox is also a great partner, and you guys are a big part of this.
Can't overrun it, and that's what happened.
Field goal!
To Jay Sean Corbin.
Hey, fuck yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There. They got to start helping out in protection because Anthony Becht's loving it.
Let's go! Get some substitutions for some guys.
He said, this is Coach Becht saying this, I have no idea how he didn't stick with the Kansas City Chiefs. He said, undoubtedly, Elijah Badger will be in the NFL this coming year.
Yeah. That's the speed. Straight line speed.
Touchdown, Orlando. Bastion was able to meet him there. You hear the come on, come on.
Big 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. What do you got to see out of your football team, Coach?
Well, you know, if we got 4-minute offense right now, right? You know, I talked before the game, the offensive line, defensive line will win and lose these games. Our offensive line needs to step up here. We get the ball back on defense and we get it off the field. We're getting too many third down completions. They're getting on the field. Our guys, you know, it's early on. We're trying to get our legs back. So, but right now, man, we got 4 minutes. I trust my big guys up front. We got the best running back in the league last year on my team, and I got a guy that backs up. That's just as good. We got to finish the deal.
Thanks.
We got to.
That 4-minute offense mentality means as a quarterback, you want to make sure every second of the play clock ticks down.
He returned, trailing by only second. 2:42 here.
And the clock's going to run.
We blew up that duo. Marlowe's got the guy on the other side of the field. How are we? I don't know how.
The guy came off the other side.
On the front side?
Yeah.
Anthony Becht
We got 12, we got 11.
had such success as St. Louis's head coach. Moves over here to Orlando. He's got that extra staff of his, but a lot of faith in Colin Thompson, his play caller, former NFL tight end. And he delivered there on 4th and 1.
Tick off this clock as we get closer.
We're good, 2 minutes.
To the 2-minute warning.
And Anthony Becht was letting him have it, too, after that play.
There when they threw a flag. Why don't they get, why don't we pump it?
Because
chance to listen in to Coach Becht as his team has arrived to the 2-minute warning with a 7-point lead. Columbus still with 1 timeout remaining.
Because they couldn't.
Final drama here on opening weekend of the UFL. Don't go anywhere.
end up losing about 6 or 7 seconds because he didn't.
So that is the final timeout exhausted by Ted Ginn's Aviator.
Yeah, knee and then we'll punt. Yeah, knee and then we'll punt. Yeah. Well, yeah, we can do that. I mean, we have to, God forbid, you know, if he trips up, we don't know if he's going to get there. If he does, he gets right at the line, then now we got to go for it. So we're hoping we kind of do that.
That comes into play. If they pick up 6 or 7 yards here, they got to go for it on 4th down.
That's correct. That is one of the new rules.
I was thinking in my head, I wonder if they maybe thought that. You still had to go for it.
Gets the reception. Ted Ginn's team fought to the wire, but Anthony Becht and the Orlando Storm. The first game for the Orlando Storm here at their fan-friendly Injured Go Stadium.
Good luck this year, man.
Okay? Victory.
Hell of a job, man. That's a great job. Go.
Luke's take it away, my man.
Oh, here with Coach Anthony Becht, that's 2 2-minute drills and a 4-minute drill on top of that you've had in the first game. What an experience for an opener. No preseason games, 4 weeks of training camp. How are you feeling right now?
You know, you work a lot of those situational things. I got my owner, Rapoli, putting all these rules in. I'm trying to make sure I get them down right. You know, under 2 minutes in that situation, we know we don't have to punt it there in that field, but if we hand it off when we get a fumble, you never know, right? So we'll take the knee, trust my defense. Been hard to get off the field for these guys, but they came through big, and we finally got to the quarterback. That's what matters.
Well, and you talked about your offensive line and the ability to run the football coming out of the half, and you were able to do that, and you pass protected much better.
Yeah, I love what our line's going to become, man. We got some really good backs. That second half was indicative of what we can be. Those first 2 drives coming out the half, the adjustments that we made, that's what we want to be, right? But, hey, inaugural win for Orlando. We're 1-0, right? All we do is win, win, win. My man's in the house, right, DJ Khaled? That's a good one, man. 1-0. That's
all right. Congratulations, brother. Good to see you.
DJ Khaled put on a show at halftime, and Anthony Becht's team put on a show on the field. Orlando Storm players just love Anthony Becht as their head coach. Of course, he was a great player. He's been an excellent pro coach in the spring leagues here, has had great success at St. Louis, and doesn't happen by accident when you can coach guys up.
Going for it here on fourth down.
Good on this?
You think that was a call just to get you better in range from a field goal standpoint?
Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal.
Yeah.
So DTR will be sent onto the field.
Well, Coach, an up and down first half, you're able to move the football, convert third downs, but until you get that touchdown, there's struggles in the end zone or in the red zone. How do you improve that?
Well, we got to get off the field on defense. I mean, we're way too many snaps per series. I think they've scored pretty much every series they've had a ball, at least a field goal. Offensively, we got some things going on, but we get a couple first downs, then we pull ourselves back with a couple minus plays, 0 plays. So it's a great way to end the half. Okay, we get the ball back, just like last week. Can we come out now and execute like we did last time with 2 touchdowns? So we'll see how we react to that one.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Tom.
Over to you, Sam.
I just called the last 2 plays. We had -6, and we just had a ball thrown away. Trying to help Anthony a little bit here with the offense and the defense.
Well, yeah, great situation right now. We're in 3rd and 16. Obviously, you know, we're going to have guys back playing space. We got to tackle. If they go underneath, we got to make sure we see what's in front of us, make the tackle, and get off the ball here.
So what's the call, Rapoli?
He's going to play a little defensive prevent.
There we go.
3rd down and 16.
I'd be blitzing everybody. I'm going to help him on this drive. We need touchdowns. The weapons are here. We got to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't really even a play. It was all Hamler. He caught the ball and just made somebody miss all the way across the field. He did that last week. I was just telling my coordinator, I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just get the guy the football and let him make a play. So we'll see if we can do that here in this series.
Storm back on offense. Beck and Rapoli, do your magic.
What are you going to do here, Anthony?
Well, I got my headphones to hear you, so I got to see what I got going on. I got 2 headphones going here. You're making me earn my paycheck right now.
Well, if you get a touchdown, you get your paycheck.
I love that.
What would you do? Rapoli, what would you do here?
Oh, we're throwing.
Throw it deep.
Oh, no,
Throw
we're throwing.
it deep.
We wanted to try to establish the run game, right? So
yeah, run game.
Right now they got some people in the box. We tried a little jet sweep. The end guy who was unblocked, he made a good play. So we got to put our linemen in a situation where we can stretch these guys out, get our back in space. We got one of the best running backs in the league. We got to get him out, strung out on this play.
Speed the pace up, get him off.
Yeah, we'd love to speed up the pace. If we can get a first down, Mike, that's what we'd like to do.
Well, I mean, that's what you get paid for,
exactly.
Right? I mean,
2nd and 7. The guy writing the checks, the guy calling the plays and running the team.
when I made a 4-point field goal, I didn't know we were just going to kick field goals all day, right? So
yeah, we don't want that.
But we're on the other side of the 50, so that's good news for Anthony right now.
Yeah.
I should say this, but I'm hoping for 5 yards so we kick a field goal.
Well, we got to go for it, Mike. It's if we
well, you get a 4-point field goal opportunity here.
But...
we got to go for it now. Yeah. 67-yarder should be 5 points.
Could be.
Yeah, we still got to go. We still have to go for it, Mike. We still have to go for it.
Oh my God! I got the kicker right next to me. You
we got to know the rules, right? That's what we got. We got to know the rules.
No.
You can kick it.
It's a 62-yarder, Anthony.
This is not a 60. This is far. I mean, that's a lot.
61 and a half.
We only got 3 yards. We got plays for this. Just got to execute it here.
Someone's got to tell Anthony this is a 61-yarder.
You own the league, Rapoli. You can tell him.
I know. He lives in Tampa. I live in Orlando. We get along good. That's why we're hanging out here.
I want to make sure they're all on the same page. Third half, defense facing a 4th down here in the 3rd quarter.
Not what you want to see as a running back. You get the ball in your gut, big 96 standing right in front of you.
Field.
4th and 3.
Coach Becht, you've made a 57-yard field goal tonight. Got a big 4th and 3 here. You're choosing to go for it. Why?
I want my best players and an opportunity to make a play. We got to get something going on offense right now. We got a play right now. We got a little choice situation. We're going to try to take advantage of man-to-man defense if we can. If they get it, Hamler will be a guy that we're looking for here in a one-on-one option route.
All right, thank you, man.
Well, this was the message from head coach Anthony Becht to the team.
Our defense is balling out. They're keeping us in the game. We got to reciprocate the operation here, okay, on offense. Come on, man. Finish! 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 Finish!
Beck, of course, was a fiery player, great head coach with 3 seasons in St. Louis, and now building success early on here in Orlando.
98 added on to the end of the run.
Third down.
Uncharacteristic, just enough to pick that one up. And he was practice squad with the Patriots most of last season.
And that is complete to Badger. Badger inside the 10. Badger into the end zone.
Dante Payton's one of the faster guys in the league. Haven't called his name. There he goes.
It is picked off. Powell on the return. As he is taken down inside the 10. So Chris Redmond, longtime NFL.
And may not challenge for the remainder of the game.
So the 47-yard interception return stands.
Hey, so I'm with DeAndre.
Such a good player over in the second half. And this offense, it's just so many. It's a guy that is playing football at a high level for Anthony Becht.
Yep, and they got a heck of a coaching staff. With the veteran Anthony Becht, Donnie Abraham, and then the new play caller who has been really good in Colin Thompson. Chris Redmond's team is 0-2.
Baltimore Ravens. Oh, we'll see you in a week.
Anthony Becht's team is 2-0, Luke's.
Well, all right, I tell you, man, 2 weeks in a row, you've come out, done the exact same thing in the second half, just finding a way. What is it about this football team?
Well, you know, we had to check ourselves at halftime. I mean, honestly, defensively, we weren't getting the job done. Offensively, we're in a flux. But I give my guys credit. They keep fighting. They keep fighting. That was a nasty, ugly, nasty game, right? But we love those. You got to win some of those sometimes. It teaches you some things about what you're doing offensively and defensively. Shout out to Donnie and his staff for the second half of the defense. They shut them down. We'll be better next week, but that's a huge win for us. Team's coming out fighting after a loss last week. They gave us their best shot, so we got to be ready for them next week.
Well, as a head coach now in your 4th year in this league, and this new rule of no punting once you cross that 50-yard line, and there were several series there in the second half where you got to come up with some real field position strategy. How has that changed how you coach a game?
Yeah, you know, we had a couple 4th down opportunities where we went for it, and we felt like we had good plays called. We just got to execute a little bit better. But you know what? If you don't get them, your defense has to step up. I don't care where we are in the field. That's where we are in this league. This is what we have to do. And that was a 360 for our defense in the second half. And shout out to those guys. They fought hard. It's the way our closers, 48, Garrett, those guys shut them down the end. Mish with the interception. I love to see him score there and just end the thing. But it's just a heck of a job, man. Those guys coming together. Donnie ripped their ass, you know, in halftime, and they responded.
All right, 2-0, man. Congrats.
Appreciate you. All right.
Pickup.
Anthony
Becht,
good job, baby.
the head coach here, head coach in St. Louis with the Battle Hawks previously in the UFL. You see his record 23-8.
He's done all right.
He's done more than all right. And Orlando going to stay on the field and go for it here on 4th and 2.
They are going to take their points.
It's time tonight after a frustrating opening series for Coach Becht. Start week 3 of the UFL season. You can see Anthony Becht's Orlando Storm. One of 2 undefeated teams so far. It's an explosive play right there. Run after the catch is what they're so good at down in Orlando. This time Chris Rowland takes it 28 yards.
Yeah, it's fine. You see Patrick Mahomes do it. You see all the great
First half.
Kick off!
Head coach Anthony Becht, he sees it. Great effort, 5-2.
All right, Coach Ben, but don't break defensive philosophy there. How'd you guys get it done?
You know, the defense clearly wants to stress me out tonight. You know, we got to get off the field on 3rd down and long. And then, but listen, it's a great way to stop them in the red zone. They decide to go for it. You know, we got to bow up, and we did. Offensively, we got to check it out. You know, early downs, I think right now are still our problem. That was a problem for us last week. We got to win on 1st and 2nd down. We got to hold up a little bit better in the pass game. We got weapons. We just got to be able to get it out. So collectively, we just have to be better early on.
To that point, you challenged both your coordinators this week, playing the same opponent twice to take that next step. What do you need to see schematically in the second half?
Well, we're winning. So right now we're good. We were winning last week at halftime. We're winning again. We got to come out with a purpose in the second half. Guys get dialed in. We'll get them focused. You know, I trust my guys. So we got to come out and execute better. Execution is the main deal. If we do that, we're going to be fine. So who gets the ball? I think we get the ball. No. Gets the ball. So we got to bow up on defense again.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, baby.
Badger not able to get it. It's because of the pressure keeping Plummer in the pocket. They're taking my advice here to start.
Well, they should always take your advice.
Timeout. Orlando.
Let's see what Anthony Becht is thinking.
Going to try to kick the field goal, take the points. But the way that both 76 and 73, Samuel Jackson, take off just a tad bit early before that ball snapped. Maybe the noise of the crowd is having their influence because they've come alive because of the offensive production.
Right at the start of the fourth quarter is Orlando trying to stay unbeaten on the season.
As if he was a college football coach. He recruited him, and I think that K.J. Hamler is happy with his decision. Concede, punt the ball away, and play defense. I think you run the football, concede, and punt this ball away. Out of this stadium by not converting or going for 2 or 3.
Which number?
Orlando is challenging the ruling on the field of...
There's no foul for holding here. The ruling on the field is going to stand, Adam.
Probably thinking that certainly was an illegal contact or pass interference, but he can't use his challenge because he just used it.
28 yards out.
Just never know. That's the margins. That's what coaches talk.
Timeout. Louisville, their third and final. 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 13 seconds.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to...
It's third down. Is it fourth or is it third?
It's fourth down. We're punting. We're punting. I need a full safe situation here. We're going to punt.
Of course you're kneeing, Jason Bean. You're absolutely kneeing this football and going into overtime.
Perfect on the young season.
All right, Coach, take us through. It seemed like your sidelines was a little surprised. What was going through your mind there on that second penalty?
You're not entertained. That's all we have to. First of all, what a great effort by both of these teams, landing on the line. You can't have consecutive defensive fouls play after play, right? So, you know, it's unfortunately it's a rule, and I get it because of the fact that, you know, you could grab every play and you get it. If they get another defensive foul, it's the same thing. So, listen, it's a good fight, and we'll take the W, man. That's what it is. So it was a hell of a game. Hell of a game.
You got a key red zone defensive stop going into half, shut Louisville's offense out down here in the overtime period. What can you say about your defense?
I mean, you know, they definitely bend, don't break today, right? I mean, you know, we got to clean up a lot of stuff. We're banged up today. We're running low on secondary players, and our linebacker stepped in, made some tight quarter plays here when we were tight down in here in the red zone. But listen, man, we got to here with a victory. It's hard to beat a team twice. It's hard to go on the road, beat a team twice. And, you know, listen, we ended up getting at the end. It was great.
Yeah, you did it to remain undefeated.
No
Thanks,
problem.
Coach.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
First down, Birmingham.
You see the result on the face of Anthony Becht. A little frustration. They had the stop, and now Matt Corral gets a second chance.
It did wonders for me as a quarterback for 2 seasons. Our relationship kind of changed when we went in a different direction year 3. But at the end of the day, that's the business of football, right? I'm sure it'll be fueled up with a lot of things of the past. And there's been some talk on podcasts and some things that have been said.
Becht's done an unbelievable job since he's been a head coach in this league and spring football in general. It'll be fun to whip Becht's ass.
Yeah, Anthony Becht had said earlier that he's excited. He said, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I think he'd be too. We're probably both telling our buddies we want to kick this guy's you-know-what. He said, but I got a tremendous amount of respect for A.J., and A.J. has tried to play it off as best he can.
Effort turn. Spider 2 Z cross wide away. I worry.
And they're going right.
Yeah, I'm trusting you on the clock, okay? You got it.
I'm getting close.
I just love
And time this season for Orlando. One of the biggest things right there, 4 for 4 on third down on the drive. If you cash in and stretch back to the sideline.
Yeah, there's an old adage. Every single special team coach talks about it on every single level. Nothing good happens on a re-kick, right? So if I'm the punter here, I got to make sure this cannot. I don't think Birmingham has proven that they will be able to drive the length of the field, but looks like they're going to go.
Nothing lead for the Orlando presentations, and this one all focused on TNT. Said it takes no talent to clean up those mental errors. You've just got to be better.
12 players in the huddle. 5-yard penalty and still third down.
And there's a perfect example of the mental errors that Anthony Becht was talking about. TNT, it takes no talent to count to 11.
It takes no talent to count to 11 is exactly right. And you can see there's just miscommunication there. And so you have a third and extremely manageable. Now you have to go back, and now it's third and long. I'm not a big golfer, but you know what that's called, I'm sure, right?
It's a bad kick is what it's called.
I'm saying when you're
So this will be a timeout for Birmingham because of the injury.
50.
Do what they want, and so great job by Plummer, but great job by Colin Thompson understanding what they're going to get. The offensive coordinator for Orlando calls a perfect man beater and gets his best man-beating offensive player, Chris Rowland.
Plummer, he knew it was third down. If he didn't have anything right away, Devin, he just threw it away. 4th and 1, and he wants the kicking team to stay on the sideline.
Yeah, and he's asking for one more, and so you can see the trust that Anthony Becht has in his quarterback. He says, give me one more, 6 seconds is enough. But he changes his mind here and says, we will do it at 7 seconds. So 6 seconds, the numbers say you should probably kick the field goal. You don't have one opportunity.
Well, and if you don't get the first down, if you throw an incomplete pass, you lose it on downs, on 4th down. So Anthony Becht says, I know you can do it, but we're going to try the field goal anyway.
Yeah.
42-yard try, and the play clock expires.
Yeah, as much as Plummer's been really good.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
As much as Plummer's been really good all day, his confusion about getting another play is why that happened. Because he's asking for another play, everybody assumes it's third down, and it's not, right? So if you get another play and you don't convert, you don't get points, right? So now Anthony Becht rethinks it, and it's a little late getting the field goal unit on the field. So just a bit of confusion. You would hope they still try to come away with points, but that confusion was caused by Jack Plummer.
Michael Lance is long this year.
Says, hey, listen, nobody has to yell at anybody. I'm still going to get points. It doesn't matter that we lost 5 yards. And that's a lot of what you've seen from Orlando, right? They've had awful second down and first down production throughout their first 3 games. They haven't found a way to just be perfect in the way that they want to be. However, they still are 3-0. They find a way to win in overtime. And in this game, they have a 13-point lead going into half.
Well, Coach, what a half for you guys. I want to start with your defense, obviously shutting them out. What are you liking from this group?
It's just overall effort. You know, we really, challenged our defense to come back and play better. We had a lot of mental errors last week, and we talked about overcoming that, right? And we needed guys to step up. Some of our starters maybe didn't play as well. Today, they're really putting it together, and it's really the team defense that's making it great. The rush, the protection, all that stuff. So we just got to keep it going in the second half.
And one guy that stepped up offensively, Cam Camper, in his debut. What are you liking from him?
Did I mention his name when we talked? Yeah. Cam's great. Listen, one of our best guys is down. This league is about opportunity, right? So Cam's been working hard all training camp and everything, waiting for his turn. Never came to my office one time. Hey, now you're up. And look at that, right? You take advantage of the situation. Got a second half. He may be, another one may come his way. So got to keep playing.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, Jenny.
Anthony Becht play of this third quarter here in Birmingham.
Starts to load the box and really send everybody. They're going to attach RP.
And again, there's never been a regular season UFL shutout. You think Anthony Becht?
Great depth. He made a hard decision not going with A.J. McCarron in year 3. And then he comes to Orlando, and everything's new, right? For St. Louis, he always had guys that came back and knew what to do. Well, in Orlando, he's doing it totally different. He had to build this roster from the ground up, and he's done an outstanding job.
Game lead on the rest of the UFL if they can get this win and remain unbeaten, the only unbeaten team in the league. First shutout in the regular season in the UFL, a 16-0 win. Orlando defeats Birmingham.
Stay on it, man. We'll talk, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Looking good. Well, the two coaches with a brief hug.
My man, good to see you, bro. We go nice and toasty in the sun here. It's a mindset, man. It's a mindset. Get it in your mind, man. Focus. Put the blinders on. All you got is right now. All you got is right now. Business, man. It's business today.
All business.
Here with the only left undefeated team in the UFL head coach. Coach, how do you keep it that way today?
Yeah, I think we just continue to be hungry and want more. I don't know if collectively we played our best game all 3 phases. We've had sporadic plays of greatness, but we haven't done it for 4 quarters on all the phases. So our goal today is to come out, offense, defense, and special teams, and just give it our all, man. This is a really good team. We're excited to play them, man, in our place.
Really good team. You know a lot of these guys. A little different today. How are you managing these emotions?
I mean, I love them. You know, Sunday to Friday is great. I hate them today. That's just what it is. A lot of great memories, but got a lot of respect for Ricky and those guys, but it's game time now.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks so much.
From head coach Anthony Becht, he did coach St. Louis, and because he knows the roster and the personnel, that could come in as an edge. Now, St. Louis did actually end up signing a quarterback in Luis Bettis, but of course they're starting with Frost. He has the arm talent, he has the mobility, but his accuracy is a big problem. When you have quarterback concerns on a shaky offense that's last in the league in red zone efficiency, lol, I'm going to lay it with the points with Storm -3 at home.
Leopold ended up as a
Jack, understanding he's got the penalty, just throw it.
2 4th down stops. Battlehawks up 6.
Box when he threw that football, that should be intentional grounding.
A coach can challenge anything in a
disguising. Nice little blitz, and that's what I think Coach Becht
favorite to win it all again. Top 4 will go to the playoffs after week 10 of the regular season. If it ended tonight, St. Louis would be that final team in. There's Howard, top running, finally big nasty go for it. Good couple hits. Here we go. Keep on go. Trick right slot. Next track, angle the bye. This would be the region. It finally translated from the back to the game. It certainly is. And there's it. Injured Orlando players Mike Abraham, son of the Storm's defensive coordinator, Donnie Abraham. He must be down around. He's trying to make that tackle. We're getting the tackle. King Butler. You forget how big King Butler is to be on the football field. Stand up next to him at 6'6". That's the game. Week 5 of the UFL continues tomorrow on ABC and the ESPN app with Columbus and Houston at Eastern. Falling out of the Louisville in Dallas. Chandler Rogers will start at quarterback for the Louisville Kings. They traded Jason B. And that's after Louisville comes off the overtime win in the game that we called last week.
Once he's touched, he goes down to the ground. It's not a fumble.
But Ja'Shawn Corbin is not touched, and that's
Yes, sir.
and it's really they're hurting their own self.
And guys, this is a scenario where offensive coordinators.
He tripped over our guy.
An emotional 2-week span for Anthony Becht. Last week, he got the win over his former quarterback, A.J. McCarron, who's now the head coach at Birmingham. This week, it's against his former team, St. Louis, who he still loves.
Ready, go!
If they can get some points on the board before the half.
It's taken a little while for this St. Louis offense to come together. A.J.
He's excited about that one.
Well, if it's, no.
Giddy up.
Giddy up, giddy up. That's how you execute
Hey, who's
that
up
game,
in the,
by
who's
the way.
up there today?
And now, you get the football back with some time here. 1 timeout as well. And A.J. Smith, he's been barking NASCAR.
Yeah, they're always going to call it that way. They're always going to call it that way.
Ricky Prohl, first-year St. Louis head coach. Anthony Becht set the foundation inside the Battle Dome.
Great job.
First down, college rules, it temporarily stops the clock. Becht elected not to use a timeout once it was confirmed and born. He has missed 2:30. Clock strikes 0. A dominant first back.
Coach, only 29 yards offensively, the largest deficit that you faced so far this season. What's your message going into half here?
I mean, we got guys, first of all, credit to St. Louis. They're playing really good right now. I think us, man, we just got to take a breath, come out, and take one play at a time, man. I go in here and trash these. That's not what we're going to do, all right? We got our backs against the wall right now. We got to make sure we handle adversity. We didn't handle it very well in the first half. Now when we come back out, we got to go one play at a time. That's all we can do at this point. Somebody's got to make a play.
Thank you, Coach. Lowe, back up to you.
They've got a chance, and they've done things right in that first half.
Anthony Becht now looking for answers against his former team.
Building the St. Louis Battlehawks up as an organization in the UFL. To me, I really feel like there's still some tension there. And the St. Louis Battlehawks, the way they played today, I feel like they took that personal.
Or should we get the extra point first? Get the extra point for it, especially if we get on this drive, right? Get the points, get confidence going.
Sportsbook, Pam Maldonado is now joining us. And Pam, how we looking?
Well, that first half is not at all how we expected pregame, but the number that stood out to me was the second half under 20.5 at plus 100. You have Storm head coach Anthony Becht, who is seasoned enough that he absolutely can make adjustments. But Orlando, as you mentioned, had also
the calling card for Orlando coming into this game. Jack Plummer being a
get the ball back to their offense. Try to get another drive.
So could have had the football to 37. Instead, they want St. Louis to punt it again.
Get another opportunity at it.
Got the ball on it.
One in the middle.
And that's a good run, right? You get the turnover on downs, and you get a 3 and out for Orlando. That's huge.
Anthony Becht and his Orlando Storm climbing out of a 25-0 hole because of a wild third quarter surge.
Oh my God. They get in. Hell yeah. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Kick off. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. One turnover, man. Somebody make a play.
It was the Elijah Badger touchdown, followed by a blocked punt, followed by Elijah Dotson punching it in from the...
It'll be 30 seconds. I don't know about that one.
Time to talk it out before this 3rd and 7 for St. Louis when we return.
Where are they going to spot this football at? It's about 56.
Down 25-14. Undefeated Orlando chasing 11 in the final 9 minutes to play. A lot of ways to make this up. Touchdowns can be worth up to 9 points if you go for the 3-point conversion from the 8-yard line. After you score in the 4th quarter, you can also elect to go from a 4th and 12 conversion from the 28-yard line. If you make it, you keep
another wasted timeout by St. Louis. They're down to 1 timeout left. Okay, and this is a game right now that I feel like Orlando, they need to score a touchdown now. Like, this is now about scoring a touchdown and then hopefully converting a 4th and 12 opportunity.
Crazy. I mean, we have got to go.
They're putting everything, I think, on this drive right here.
We could hear Colin Thompson in the booth. There was something wrong with that personnel grouping. They weren't aligned correctly. I wonder if Jack Plummer saw that. That's the reason he tried to force that.
Anthony Becht and Colin Thompson trying to dial up a scoring play.
Gun split right.
Undefeated Orlando down by 11. 5 to 17.
What hash?
Right hash?
Hold on. What hash? Left hash.
Gun trips right, 52 Ireland, 53 Ireland.
Hey, offense, we're up. At the 28.
Let's do this. Let's go.
At the minus 28.
Ireland X comeback.
Where's it at?
Ireland X comeback.
We want the back donor.
Hey,
it's 63. Keep him in protection.
Okay. Gun trips right. 53, 63
So
Ireland.
a rule unique to the UFL.
Sorry, no, you're good, Paul.
When you score in the 4th quarter,
We'll go green. We'll call.
and you tie the game or are trailing,
Hey,
you are
hey,
allowed
hey.
to go for a
Remember,
4th and 12
we got this.
conversion
We're going.
from the 20.
What's he?
We got to check that clock. That thing was still running.
Yeah. Hey, I get a couple seconds back, right?
All right, kid. What do we think here?
Get a couple seconds back, right?
Got to have a completion, right? So.
I like the Sailor.
Water.
Where's that at? There it is, right there.
Anything, whatever you
Second
got.
and 11 plus.
10 cam.
Play 2. Yeah, 10
Give me
cam.
10 cam. 10 cam. 10 cam.
The official granted him the timeout. So 1 timeout left for Orlando as well.
5-0 lead early in the 2nd half after the touchdown run by Harrison Frost.
Credit for this opportunity that he's been given in his 2nd start to lead his team.
Coaching A.J. McCarron in St. Louis, but that relationship has soured.
Well, the quarterback-head coach relationship can be strained at times, there's no doubt, but it provides certainly a great storyline between these two here today. A.J. trying to get his group going a little bit, in particular on offense. And Becht, the most successful coach right now in the league in spring football. 26-9 in his 4th season here in the spring. This one should be a good one.
And he did all...
Quit talking to this clown over here, man. Good luck today, bro.
adjectives I would not use to describe that. Warm, fuzzy. A.J. McCarron and Anthony Becht with a brief exchange. Well, only one spoke, I guess, Joel.
Yeah,
so Anthony Becht was the only one speaking. Ready to go. But first, we go down on the field. Jake Butt is standing by with the newest Birmingham Stallion, former Storm quarterback Dorian Thompson.
About efficiency in the passing game, efficiency in the run game. Anthony Becht got to be frustrated with these 9 or closer to the end zone. You lose the opportunity to punt.
So give me the spot where you don't go to so were they going to punt or what were they going to do? It's beyond the 50, 49.5
pounds. Caught a touchdown last week. He was good last week. 5 catches, 57 yards total. Might be a time to look for Neal.
Jack, are you serious right now? Calm your mouth down, bro. Yeah, we need a half a yard. Just get it. You got gaps everywhere. Y'all better start competing. You better start competing.
Now, Anthony Becht warned about this week with his team. He said, this is a fool around and find out.
Offense right back down the field. And here trying to use a little of that timber.
Anthony Becht a little happy. Well, he felt really good about a quarter ago, Joel Klatt, about that opportunity to take care of Anthony Becht, but Anthony Becht's squad, after the slow start, has rebounded very nice. 14 yards, a couple of touchdowns, as we've reached the 2-minute warning, with Orlando trying to generate some offense again.
Point right there, and Anthony Becht going to get it.
Although we're under 2 minutes, so forget that whole conversation that I just had.
That's right, because you can punt it inside of 2 minutes once you're across the 50.
It's all good. Yeah, I got you.
So either way, they're punting it away, and Orlando's going to get the ball back. And a chance now for Plummer, who was...
A 10-second runoff.
Man, that's a big penalty right there, because now you're out of timeout.
Play that you think might have gone your way and didn't get called that way. No challenge for Anthony Becht.
Now, I know it's a 3-point game in the offense.
I got to put some time on. Can we get some time back?
They're going to put 2 more seconds back up, so 11 seconds.
Well, Coach, it's a battle as your team's trying to get back in the winning column. What was the message to your team at halftime?
Not a lot being said, right? Like, we got to go finish this game. Not the best first quarter. We fought ourselves back. We got this game back to where we want it to be. Now we have to finish with the best 30 minutes of the season. It's a good team. Everybody's fighting. This league's got a lot of parity. We need to hit them in the mouth as many times as they hit us in the mouth. So we'll see who gets the last punch in this game.
Quarterback Jack Plummer is leading your offense. He looks extremely comfortable. What have you seen from him here in the first half?
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, he's our leader on offense. You know, we got to stop at the procedure penalties up front. We got to be a little bit more smart. First down focus, man. We got to win on first down. We feel like if we do that, we can have a lot of success. We're going to get 3 and out here so we get the ball back to our offense and have a good drive.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, Jake, thank you.
They're backed up because of the holding call.
You have to wait. You can't.
It almost looked like Cole Schneider thought Plummer was desperately needed. Anthony Becht fired up, and for the wrong reasons.
Get on the ball. Get on the ball. We got to get on that. He's got to dive, man. Oh, jeez. Come on, buddy. We got to get you down on that quicker. Oh. First and 10 from the 47. Defense from right here. Defense. After review, the runner was not down and fumbled the ball.
Tied 6 catches, 104. Jaden Mickens, 4 catches for 75.
Change left, F a little bit, river, F balloon, I want right.
Anthony Becht knows what an opportunity awaits if his defense can get a stop here.
It's when the defenders have to be smart. You cannot pick this ball, and I believe that they are going to punt. Remember, they've got 3 timeouts left. You've got 3:18 on the clock.
Stop the clock.
And he would take his 2 timeouts here on the next 2 snaps. And then after 4th down, you'd basically be offense on the field, needing a field goal with 2 minutes remaining. Prove that I'm a starter. And he was not a starter for Orlando. And
5 dogs, lock.
Work being done by everybody.
I've been here and totally transformed.
Good game.
Standpoint. Now he said, look, we need to win these games. We're ready
to get this game going, and they're anxious for the opportunities. Anthony Becht and Kevin Sumlin are looking forward to seeing what their two teams have. It's a critical game.
Orlando has called their first charge timeout. 30 seconds in length.
Okay. Play out. He's our nickel.
And Kevin, they're having a hard time stopping this offense with 11. So if they're going to stop the Camels from getting in zone, I imagine they would need to get that extra guy on the field.
Well, it's been impressive to see what Houston has done, at least early, against a defense in Orlando that has been consistent. Turnovers. Look how sad Jack Plummer and Anthony Becht are in the midst of this storm. They've got a lead now, trying to break the two-game streak, but ball control has been Houston's MO. 19 plays for Houston's offense, only 6 so far for Orlando. One, a punt coming up for the Orlando Storm, and a quick sneaky happening here.
Yeah, it looked like some trickeration brewing. Yeah, absolutely, and I want to go back to Rashard Lawrence. Don't you think that's what he's saying when he does that dance? Ooh-wee! You know, hands out, legs up.
There's a stagnant air. There's much more of a
to those seams if it's zone coverage. He tries to get there, but just wasn't fine enough with the throw.
Water!
2-minute warning has.
Can we get 10 seconds for water? You kidding me?
You gotta just run.
Hey, Mike, we couldn't get a pump there? You didn't think we needed one? Everybody else gets a pump every game except, come on, man. It's 900 degrees out here. I got 20 seconds to water my guys down on a timeout. Let's get a pump.
Coach, a couple red zone stops, a couple key turnovers. It was your defense that was the difference there in the first half. What stood out to you about that unit?
Well, you know, bend don't break, right? It's a hot day. We got to try to find a way to stop them in the 20s. Offensively, I'd like to get some more first downs, put some drives together. I mean, we've been effective. We had a couple big special teams play. We feel like that sets us apart from other teams. We took advantage of that. But, you know, we just got to kind of dial in, get a little bit better on first down so we can get a better opportunity to get the sticks moved so we don't have to get our defense back in the field.
The heat is definitely noticeable on your sideline. How big of a factor has that been so far in the game?
I mean, you know, we're on this side. We got to deal with it. We probably got another 30 minutes before it goes down. I mean, we're doing our best here. We got, you know, try to do the best going with the numbers we have and the water bottles that we have and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, hopefully it won't be an issue here in the second half.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
All right, Jake, thanks so much.
Yeah, guys, obviously heat was a big story to follow there in the first half. Probably won't be the case here in the second half. As you see, the whole field is covered in shade and both sidelines are covered in shade. The temperatures dropped a good 10, 20 degrees.
Coach Boone.
Houston defense with an excellent Elijah Badger on the longest thing.
He's passing to multiple different targets.
Prior to the pass.
Hey!
Looks like they're going to take the 2-minute warning to look 4th and 1, protecting a walk.
That hard count, which is what they wanted to do, and now they're going to put the football away. I don't agree here. I understand, but I don't agree. I would go for it and get this first down.
Devin, are you surprised that they took so long to get under center? It's hard to bite on a cadence if you're not under center until about exactly what you were talking about, Devin.
Pushed into, okay, yeah.
Kevin, I agree with Dean there. I think he had a chance to avoid the returner. The push was there. That's the thing that did happen. However, he does gather himself, and then he kind of lunges.
We're going to enforce it 5 yards, automatic first down. The challenge is successful.
And they'll keep their time
off. They're going to be done by Houston. They could use their 2 timeouts, but then Orlando would just take the knee and end it. And so Kevin Sumlin will not use the timeouts. And skin of their teeth, 24-23. And the Orlando Storm are in a 3-way tie atop the UFL standings.
Great fight,
with
coach.
3 games left
Great fight, man.
in the regular season.
Great fight. Great fight.
UFL, don't go anywhere. We've got more post-game coverage right after this.
Well, Coach, that was a hard-fought team win. Your defense came up with some huge stops down in the red zone. What stood out to you about your team's performance today?
You know, they gutted it out today. You know, we made one more play than they did today. I tip my hat to Houston and Coach Sumlin. It's an incredible game. I mean, you look at our league right now, man, the parity is incredible. You don't have an off week, right? So everybody's starting to get honed into what the purpose is to get into that top 4. I'm proud of my guys for fighting, man. We got to clean up a lot of stuff, man. We're just shooting ourselves in the foot. It's been tough to watch sometimes, but, you know, like I said, we made one more play than them, and that's what it's all about, and we got our 5th win.
Yeah, and to that point, I mean, we're now coming down the stretch of the season. We're talking about playoffs. You get back in the win column after 2 straight losses. What's next for your team? How do you clean up some of this stuff?
Yeah, you know, every week everybody's got something, right? They got to clean up this, that, the run game, the pass game. You know, I think for us, man, offensively, I just really haven't seen our best offensive performance yet. You know, I just expect better. I have higher expectations. You know, at times we look explosive, we look great, but there's other times where it's like we're stagnant, 3 and outs. Just that's not us, right? So we have to just reorganize. We have to take a hard look about what we're doing and what's going to work best, and make sure our best players get the ball in their hands. And you know, we'll do that. We got a short week though. But so does Dallas. So we're excited to play up at Fort Hood in front of the military families. The military base is going to be a sensational experience. But we got to clean things up in like 3-4 days.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to being there in Fort Hood as well. Congrats on the win.
Love, man.
Yep.
Thanks, Jason.
We'll see you.
Once again, our final score, Orlando 24, Houston 20.
From the quarterback, we'll hear from the coaches as we go through. Anthony Becht, his team 5-2, tied for the best record in the UFL. Rick Neuheisel tied for the final playoff spot right now going in the final 3 weeks.
Yeah, these are 2 5 yards. They were really bad on first down. They ran it for under 2 yards a carry on.
Wide left, the wind.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
All right, we're all ready.
Elfin kind of followed Lingard right into the middle there, and now an opportunity here for our
score. We got you. Anthony Becht answered quickly, said, hey, I'm not worried about the score. I trust you guys. I ain't worried. So feeding off each other's energy and hoping to capitalize on a nice punt return by kicking.
Into this year, he was 22-8. There is a player down. There's a Dallas player down. Looked like that was maybe Antoine Jackson, number 52.
Orlando knocking on the door to maybe tie and take the lead. It's a 1-touchdown game. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Building up, probably a wise use of a timeout just from an emotional standpoint.
Yeah,
nothing else.
Just to calm down, I think that you're exactly.
All even at 10, we'll be back.
Coach, I know you told us you felt the offense was so close last week. What stood out to you about that unit there in the first half?
I mean, you know, we love to start faster. I mean, we're in the spot get some points business right now, you know. So in order for us to respond, we got to be down apparently, right? But we fought back. We stayed the course. Good things happened. It was a great way to end the half. Perfect with no time left on the clock. Now we come back and we get the ball. We got to have some urgency. I think guys are in it. They're good. Just got to come out, man. It's been a great environment. It's been a great time to be out here with the military families and everything. But you know, we got to show them something. We got to put a show here on the second half.
A win would allow you to clinch a playoff spot. Overall, what does your team need to do to make that happen?
Yeah, you know, I mean, that doesn't mean anything to us. I told the guys we got 30 plays, 5 seconds for each play. That's all you got. So give me the exertion for those 5 seconds and then reboot and do it again 30 times. Everybody's got that right now. If we can do that, we're going to win the game. But we have to do that every play till the end. 2 quarters left, man. We got to finish.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Well, they got a chance to run one of those plays.
Third down, he's got to decide whether he wants to play man coverage and keep everybody in that box, expecting another.
And they're up by a tutty.
Well, you talk about
season go into the playoffs. This is game number 8.
You know, and they've performed well. I know we got a tie ball game, but remember,
let's get a timeout.
30 seconds.
Their second time out here on this long third down. Wanted to make sure they get the right call.
Also, it's 3rd and 10. Are we really want to call checkers? Do you want to call checkers?
If they're standing next to Art, then they should be.
We've mentioned the importance of this game for Orlando. This is important for Dallas as well if they want to stay alive in the playoff hunt as they're tied with Birmingham and Louisville for that final spot in the UFL.
Yeah, and they had a great chance to win that game against Birmingham last.
It's been a back
run of the football. Remember, Willie Taylor has 4 sacks in Houston. It's really the reason that they won that game. Anthony Becht's defense.
Turbo, trigger left.
Kick it, you'd still need the ball twice.
64 Renegade on the turbo, Ray. We gotta get set.
They all got together as an offensive unit and said, hey guys, we are not worried.
Right here.
Michael Lance has been the best kicker in the UFL this year, 11 of 13 coming into today's ball game. He did miss twice, Kurt, tonight
It was 50 yards, both of them, 50 and 51, into the win. They are still into the win.
And that may have done it.
That'll do it. Don't have to go through any of those gymnastics. And Anthony Becht is going back to the playoffs. He has been a mainstay in the playoffs. His teams in St. Louis, each of the last 2 years, lost in the conference championship game. And he comes into Orlando this year, and he's going to go back to the postseason.
0s, and they'll be the first team this season to clinch a playoff berth.
Man, what a performance by this offense, right? I mean, Jack Plummer was outstanding. You know, he's going to mask 38, and he's the reason that they're going to get this win.
Best of luck.
And he puts them into the postseason officially. The Orlando Storm have clinched a playoff spot in the 2026 UF.
Well, Coach, it was a hard-fought win last week, another hard-fought win tonight. Your team officially clinched a playoff spot. What can you say about the resiliency of your team?
It's outstanding. You know, we're 4-2 a couple weeks ago, right? Backs against the wall, a lot of doubt. Are they for real? Are they not? We're trying to find our best game. Really haven't found our best game completely, but when the moment matters, we come up big. It's a hell of a second half now. We spot a team 10 points. We spot a team last week. We keep spotting these teams' points, but we keep coming back, which is great. We don't want to live in that world, but I'm really proud of my staff putting together a great game plan. We trust our players. You know, sometimes it doesn't look pretty, but at the end of the day, man, these guys keep fighting. And, you know, the juice was good. It was a great environment, too, man, to play in front of the military family is really great. Fort Hood did an awesome job. It's a fun game, real fun game.
A big part of that plan and team success is your quarterback, Jack Plummer. I know you just rave about him. Another big game tonight. What can you say about what he means to your team's success?
Well, you know, at the quarterback position, you got to be a great leader, right? You got to be able to manage everything. Play comes in wrong, can you fix it? You know, get us in the right spot. You know, can you hang in the pocket, make the big play on third down? There was a couple third downs in that third quarter where he stood in there, trusted his guys, and got the ball out. And then he had that big run. I didn't think he had it in him, you know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of him. You know, I was like, you feel a little awkward after the 20, 25, 30 mark? And he's like, yeah, Coach, I didn't really know what was going on. But Cam Camper made a hell of a block, though, the effort. So those are the little things that show up with our football team. It's the other things that the guys are doing that nobody talks about that made that run go. But it's a great read by Jack. He made a big play, and that's what you're supposed to do. So we have a really athletic quarterback that can beat you with your arm, and if you want to cheat it, he can beat you with your legs.
Yeah, well, great win, and congrats on clinching a playoff spot, Coach. We'll see you down the stretch. That's right. That's right. Kurt?
Benefi saying fit last year, but he was coach of the year, so you know that he can pull the troops together, and this guy is doing very well. First season for the Storm as their head coach, but his third year in the UFL, he's made the playoffs all 3 seasons previously.
Oh, now we've battled back and done a nice job, but we cannot continue to put
21.
They clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah, and the ability to have everybody viable.
This is the least penalized team in the league, Orlando.
11.
Such a small clinch by him. That's a good pickup by the officials. They kind of had their way driving the ball down the field to run in the pass game. So starting behind,
they charge him with that timeout.
Why do we got to put a timeout there?
I don't know. We coming for that ass?
There's no time left, Jack.
Really good at this, of handling his emotions all season.
Who's next?
And you're going to win the UFL championship with good defensive line play, and he knows he's got to have that fourth quarter pass rush in big games like tonight.
You know, in Becht, we talked about it.
Z-Turf Pulse, X-Wrap,
Offense had some big plays. Plummer's so efficient, spreading it around. What's your thoughts on that first half from the offense?
You know, we wanted to start fast, and it wasn't because of lack of energy. It comes down to the little details, right? We locked into those things. Offense moved the ball really productive in the first half. Defense, some gaps, you know, runs were getting broken. We kind of fixed it. We had a ball in our hands for a pick six. We let it go, but we started to pick up the tempo a little bit in the second quarter, which was good. It's a great first half. We got to come out and place 30 minutes next half. If we do that, we're going to come out victorious.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny.
A great first half for their head coach. Whoa. All right, so on 3rd and 20. Anthony Becht just watching in comfort the way this offense is rolling tonight.
Yeah, he compelled his team. He told us, we have to find a way to start faster. And they did that tonight. They did a nice job, obviously, on that first drive, but they've got
4 left to go in the third quarter as well. So right now, DC needing a win. His team knocking on the door of a 3rd straight win to go to 7-2 on this season. and have a chance of locking up that #1 seed.
And we talked to John Gruden earlier. He made a really important point. Anthony Becht deserves a ton of credit. He picked this roster, handpicked each and every guy to build a franchise from essentially nothing.
We'll see how this one finishes. These have been the best we've seen from DC since early on in this ballgame.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the end here, and more opportunity.
There's going to be about 30 seconds left.
Anthony Becht has in his kicker. He nails it.
Hey, real quick. Hey, after this game, guys, they want us to go high five, walk around the stadium one time, okay? Walk around the stadium, high five.
Well, this is their final home game of the regular season. And so Anthony Becht wants his team to celebrate with their fans, but they've got to make one more stop.
What's the matter?
Complete a ball that is not near the sideline. You absolutely have to get a first down.
They go to 7-2 on the season. Their third straight victory, and it's the third consecutive loss for DC, who now needs at least. We'll be back to wrap things up here on this Friday night from Orlando.
We've got a happy coach, a happy quarterback. I'm going to start with you, Jack. We really praised your decision-making and just your efficiency throughout the night. We've seen it all season. What's working so well for this offense?
I think just coming together as a group and our receivers making really good plays. It takes everybody. Offensive line blocking, allowing me to get the time to throw, and Colin upstairs calling good plays.
Your defense and the way they finished the game. And, Coach, I know you said this week you actually spent a lot of time with this defensive group. Their ability to step up, how pleased are you with what they did tonight?
You got to play 4 quarters. You know, team's trying to punch their ticket in the playoffs, right? Backs against the wall. They're coming to our field. We got to come here and win some games. We're undefeated on the road. We haven't really been able to, have consistency at home. So, proud of the offense. Jack did a hell of a job orchestrating everything today. Offensive line was phenomenal as well. They got some really good pass rushers. 7-2. It's hard to win in this league. There's a tremendous amount of parity. So you got to come out every single week and bring your A game. And, when you're playing a team like this who's desperate, you got to absorb those punches and punch them back, and they did that today.
Great place to be at 7-2. Coach, thank you.
Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate it.
Time just underthrew it, and Brooks was right in the spot. And man, loves to have his team start that way on defense. Orlando has been so good from start to finish this year. St. Louis, really talented. They just lost. Luis Perez has kind of had his ups and downs. I know it's a hostile environment, so you don't necessarily want to go on the road to St. Louis. But that three spot maybe looks a little bit better than playing Orlando. Relies the pass rush from DC. Derek Roberson, one of the best.
It's been bend, don't break. Orlando offense will come out onto the field, led by first-year head coach Anthony Becht. Spent 11 seasons in the NFL with 5 different teams. Worked as an on-air analyst for ESPN. Spent 3 seasons as the head coach for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Brought them close to winning a title, but never got it done. He is hungry to do it this year, and man, he has coached some incredible
Plenty Becht has had so much success, but hasn't had the championship. And I think he told us this week he really wants it, desperately wants to take the next step. Obviously, they were the #1 seed last year at St. Louis before losing to this DC team, not getting to the championship game. But much like this offense is based around Shanahan and McVay, that type of offensive tree.
Gain ground to get to him. You can't do that. You need You can see the angle too.
I watched it, and I did not feel there was any advantage game.
Okay. There was separation, and then he pulled himself to slingshot. That's a slingshot. That's how they call it.
Again, Anthony Becht wanting a penalty on Kai Gray as he kind of came over the top.
Roberson's already made a couple of big plays in this game, including a forced fumble. Out of bounds by Sam Kidd, the leading tackler for the defenders. And now Michael Lance will come out for a field goal attempt for Anthony Becht.
By the tight end there. So it sounds like you need my headphones, because they got your lineman got it over there. Let's see if we can hear it.
on here, probably try to get a third and manageable. That's the thought process by Colin Thompson, our offensive.
Another massive hit on Jack Plummer there. All right, the zone read stuff, so you got to be.
Defense has been uber physical. It's gotten Anthony Becht off the sideline and onto the field a few times. There was anybody who thought these teams were just going to mail it in?
No chance.
Having playoff spots secured, think again. But the question for Anthony Becht, though, is like you're seeing Jack Plummer get hit the way he is. Do you continue to play him in the second half to give yourself a chance to win?
Great question. They will get the second half kickoff to start things off. I imagine we'll see Plummer. He's walking around. He's fine. You just got to play call and make sure you are.
Orlando's going to try to ice Matt McCrane. Gone to the field for Orlando due to the mistake by Curtis Jacobs.
11.
And having self-inflicted wounds. And as crisp as he was to start the second half.
No doubt. I think he was motivated. I think he's motivated not just by the hits, but by the opportunity that he has in front of him. Well, it was a great read.
Jackson, both top 3 in the league in touchdowns.
The way they play defense, if they can run the football like this.
Brand new game. There was not a whole lot of momentum in this building.
Take some pressure off their bread and butter, which is the pass.
League leading Orlando close out their final.
Tom, they might ask you back. If we get into the playoffs and they need something, you might get a phone call, my friend.
Gunned out left, gunned out right, 62 F stomp Z cross. Gunned out right.
Unit will come out for Orlando.
He wants special teams monster. He's a
another Orlando defense.
Still gain a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, just the turnovers are what have been the difference. They've been up and down the field on offense. The defense is
he going to punt here. Down and score on a huge touchdown, 74 yards by Cam Camper. They've scored 12 unanswered points. Anthony Becht told us coming into week 10, I am desperate to win a ring. He's been so
a penalty that wasn't initially flagged. See, I would have used your timeout earlier. At least save maybe 10, 12 seconds
right here, not worry about getting the first down, punting.
Like Tyler said, Orlando picks this up.
Orlando did not have to play their starters to them.
Yeah, they wanted to finish the regular season the right way. Prove they could be
a week. And if you're Shannon Harris, and there are very few handshakes happening between these two, who will meet for a third consecutive time.
Coach Becht, you've been here before. What is your message to the team today?
Yeah, it's all about finishing the message, finishing the mission, and make sure these guys go out there and make plays. This is their time, man. They put all the work and the effort in. We're on that mountain right now. We're 10 feet from the top, but it's vertical. Toes, the claws of your fingers, you got to get to the top or you die. And that's the mentality we're going out on the field today. I can't wait to watch these guys play.
Thanks so much, Coach. Sam. Luke's over to you.
The field goal is good. Timeout on the field.
So they're going to take the 3 points. Vert the fourth down, and Deion Jackson trying to get back home and play on their home field. That'll be next Saturday, June 13th, and we will have coverage of that right here on ABC.
And this is going to be something to watch for Anthony Becht and his defense, because like that fourth down play that I was showing you, the linebackers are flowing where Jason Bean is. So maybe that really starts to open things for Deion Jackson.
But they said it is good. Will it be DC? Will it be Orlando? Orlando enters the postseason on a 4-game win streak. DC, they were red hot. Then their starting quarterback, their star quarterback, injured out for the year. They've lost 4 straight, including 2 in a row to Orlando. But now, here's DC at 3. DC. And then that great-looking 26-yard run. And this
feels a little too similar to last year. Obviously, he was the head coach of St. Louis. They were the number.
And St. Louis. And then they won both their playoff games by double digits. And it was Anthony Becht.
And a lot of coaches we talked to, really focus on the fact that this league is for the players to help.
Big play to the speedy KJ Hamler has Anthony Becht. Anthony Becht knows how important it is to protect his star quarterback, Jack Plummer. He was a great player in college football for Louisville and has been outstanding this season in the UFL, but it is DC who has jumped out to a 14-3 lead. You know, they played the last 2 weeks, these teams. In the last 2 weeks, DC led Orlando over 2 weeks for a combined 7 minutes. Talking things over with the official.
Receiver, number 2, he's past 5 yards. You have illegal contact on his chest. Sorry, I wanted to get one in from the last game. Yeah, so. On number 2, past the 5 yard. 5 yard. Couldn't allow him to get to the ball. Okay, couldn't allow him.
Well, the UFL Command Center and Dean Blandine are going to have some work to do here.
Contact on the intended receiver. He does, yes. So, okay, illegal contact is contact beyond 5, but it has to be before the pass. Quarterback is in the pocket with the ball.
There's the game. It's 4th down.
That is the ultimate transparency in officiating in all of pro sports. The Replay Command Center, fully mic'd. UFL playoffs.
Yeah, like, what's the extra? So would it have been a PI?
See Anthony Becht still inquiring about that call. One of the reasons I didn't like the challenges there is because the ball was thrown too far downfield to make it look like the receiver or you only got one guy that's splitting the difference. If you have green grass, he's going to take that and throw it every guy. A linebacker that's starting now after getting signed 3 weeks ago. And to roll the dice a little bit, brought the blitz, forced the issue for Jason Bean. And this is what Orlando needed, just to get in rhythm. Right? I mean, before this drive started, just 63 total yards in 10 plays through the first almost quarter and a half or so.
Washington having a conversation with Shannon Harris as he wanted the explanation as to why that wasn't a live ball that was recovered by his defense, the forward player. So now a 4th down.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell me.
Play clock on.
30 seconds.
So just over 3.5 minutes before halftime. The top seed in the UFL postseason, trailing by 8, facing a 4th and goal.
I don't hate a field goal here. I know things haven't been going Orlando's way, but you get a field goal, 5-point game. I understand the desire for points, but I like field goal in this position.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially since they're not really able to run the football down here or have a ton of confidence.
63 wide fade X Chevy.
Calling again, and you hear the play call from Colin Thompson. 60.
Banks was there defensively, applying the pressure. Anthony Becht.
It's going to be 4th. It's going to be 4th down. 3rd and goal or declines 4th and goal.
No, Number 71 was not covered on the line. Was not covered.
Here with Anthony Becht, Coach Becht, down by 8, going into halftime. What's your message for the team?
I mean, we got to take a deep breath and be in the right spot. You know, defense, first couple series, we got them in all kinds of 3rd downs. We're just not finding the football, locating guys where they're supposed to be, where the sticks are, so that we can get off the field. They're working way too hard. Our defense is on the field too long. We got to get off the field on 3rd down. Offense is moving the ball. We just got to get in the red zone. We got to score touchdowns, right? That's the difference right now. Now, we get the ball at half. We can easily go down the field right now, score, and make this a whole new ball game. But, again, we got to regroup. We got to get some gas and air back there, get some drinks back, and focus in on what our details are, and we'll be fine coming out in the second half.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Coach.
Well, Coach's team receives the second half. Bryce Thompson, an offside on Keyshawn Banks, so a 1st down.
Well, that's just a mental mistake. And that'll frustrate Anthony Pocket.
17-6 here in this
game. He's an all-UFL player. He's been replaced by number 51, Mose Vavao. So that could be part of the reason why we're...
With a 60-yard touchdown.
That is the uniqueness of the Super Challenge. Being able to challenge a play or a flag that wasn't thrown.
I just player safety. It's just player safety.
And all of a sudden, Orlando's right back in this. Played in Washington, D.C. at the Jason Bean. Superstar 50 Cent performs live at halftime. Tickets are available at theufl.com. 50 Cent, the halftime performance. Well, those second half stats are a real struggle through an interception to open up the second half.
And Anthony Siv reversal there. It's the right call, though. Side. Red draft pick. I said that was one of the matchups to watch, and so far DC's defenders, their secondary, has been winning the one-on-one matchups with this dynamic receiving group from Orlando.
You hear Anthony Becht saying they have to look at that because it's incomplete. He wants it to be incomplete, to not take the... That is the case.
Anthony Becht, remember, was with St. Louis last year. They are 8-2, the #1 seed, and they lost to DC in the first round of the
cramping to stall them out with their offensive rhythm. Anthony Becht has put together a great roster from the start, managed a superb season, 8-2, and now having to manage things.
They were going to come back to, knew it was going to be wide open. Indeed, it was once again. And these two coaches, Anthony Becht on the right, Shannon Harris on the left, that know each other so well. In another fourth quarter duel for the third straight week.
And last year, DC defeated to 16. So how about that? One of the new rules in the league, and it can be worth 9 points because of the point conversion attempt. Maintain a 6-point.
Tell you what, you can't overstate field position here because of the kicking game rules in the UFL. Rarely do you see poor field position coming off of a kick return.
And remember last week, DC got a punt blocked in this very similar.
Under 2 minutes, right?
So a timeout used by Anthony Becht. We'll listen in to both coaches.
The ball set. Right, okay. The only thing is I got to see where the ball's going, so I'll look at you.
I think it's a very smart timeout from Becht. A lot of people think.
Guys, I'm standing right behind the offense. If he gives that ball, they're rolling.
Yeah, that's an RPO decision from Jason Bean. It also allows Orlando to save a timeout with the incompletion.
No, I called it before 30. Every right. Okay. That's Gotcha, okay. Hey!
Third down and 10.
So in the NFL,
I like Lasso.
So in the NFL,
Get Jahari out. Because, hey, just pin the ass for it. Get Jahari out.
It stops, right? Yeah.
Hey, flex.
So Orlando did have to use a timeout there.
Hey, give it to him.
Outside of 2 minutes, the clock will run, even on an incompletion.
As the timeout was utilized by Anthony Becht.
Okay.
Chris. Hey, Chris. Chris.
Hey, B. Yeah.
There's a good chance that Orlando, with that 2-minute warning, will still have a chance to get the ball back.
Go get the first down.
With around a minute or so left, if they do. But if they don't stop DC, it's over.
It has been a hard-fought afternoon between DC and Shannon Harris on the left and the #1 seed, Anthony Becht and Orlando on the right.
We can stop the clock on a play. We have
And DC closing in on returning home to play for the championship. The 2026 United Bowl is being played at Audi.
Arm that was the difference today that put the dagger in this Orlando Storm team.
Boy, it is tough to take for Anthony Becht. He has coached so well in the regular season in pro football.
Seriously, an unbelievable leader, bro. You deserve a shot,
Wraps
man.
his arms around Chris Rowland.
I really do.
This was the best team in the league, Anthony Becht's team, Orlando. But for great to see what happens tonight with Louisville, Bean's old team, and St. Louis. As Anthony Becht awaits the handshake with Coach Shannon Harris.
And the outcome.
How big of a deal is it getting to play at home?
It's huge, man. It takes me back to